of this lesson called SCRA Act. Since you have already read the penalty now, so let's start with revising the penalties topic. Okay, so if you come to page number 9991, we are doing quick revision of lesson 3 SCRA Act. Of course, this is going to be speed because this is revision, not a regular lecture. Okay, just to recall all the provisions. Yeah, this. First of all, penalties, guys, starting from the third penalty. Starting from the third penalty. Starting from the third penalty. For 4 non-compliance, penalties given. What are the 4 non-compliance? First, failure to furnish information, return books, documents to stock exchange or SEBI. Secondly, failure to maintain books of accounts or documents as per the SEBI. Third, failure to enter into agreement with client. And fourth, failure to redress the investor's grievance by stockbroker or listed company. In this 4 non-compliance, the punishment will be penalty of 1 lakh plus 1 lakh per day, during which the default continues, subject to maximum of 1 crore rupees. Are we clear with this? Acha, this is fine or penalty? Penalty, not fine. This is penalty. Next, for 3 offenses, the punishment is, I think, 5 lakh to 25 crores. What are the 3 offenses? Number 1, failure to comply with listing provisions of listing conditions or delisting conditions, excess dematerialization or excess delivery of security, failure by the stock exchange to furnish periodical return to SEBI. In these 3 cases, the punishment will be penalty of minimum 5 lakhs, maximum 25 crores. Third, if the stock exchange or clearing corporation fails to do business in accordance with the rules, regulations, and law, then they will be punishable with the minimum penalty of 5 crore and maximum will be 25 crore or 3 times the gain, whichever is higher. Last, for 2 non-compliance, 1 punishment is given. First, if you fail to segregate the securities or money of the client, or if you use the securities or money of the client for personal purpose, who? Stockbroker or sub broker. And if there is any non-compliance for which no punishment is prescribed, and then in these 2 cases the punishment will be minimum 1 lakh, maximum 1 crores. Done kya? Easy. Acha, now first to that long wala. If you fail to comply with section 6, 13, 16, 17, 17a, 19, 19, 18a, 30, then and if you own or keep a place other than stock exchange which is used for dealing in securities, or you manage, assist, or control the place other than stock exchange which is used for dealing in securities, or you not being a member of stock exchange, you represent yourself to be a member of stock exchange and you induce people to enter into transaction through you, or if you not being a member of stock exchange, advertise or canvas to be a member of stock exchange, or if you join, gather in any place other than stock exchange for making bid or offering securities, then the punishment will be imprisonment up to 10 years or fine of up to 25 crores or both. This is a very huge punishment. Imprisonment up to 10 years or fine, not penalty, fine. Fine is dangerous, fine is more strict, or fine is stricter than penalty. Fine means it's a criminal offense. Fine of 25 crore or both. Next, if you fail to comply with section 15, 21, 21 or 22, then the punishment will be fine of maximum 1,000 rupees. Are we clear with all the penalties topic? Okay, let's start from the very starting. What are we doing, guys? We are revising our beautiful act. Beautiful. Acha, do you like this chapter? Then make a smiley. Make a smiley, na? Make a smiley. SCRA Act. Very quickly. What is the purpose of SCRA Act, everybody? The purpose is to provide for regulation of stock exchange and regulation of transactions or contracts in securities for preventing undesirable transactions or speculation. Undesirable speculation. Do you remember? First topic that we studied in this act, purpose of SCRA Act. Everybody, next framework. Under this act, powers are given to SEBI to control three things. Number one, stock exchange. Number two, contract in securities. And number three, listing of securities in stock exchange. Don't you think we studied about all three? We studied about recognition of stock exchange also. We studied about contract of securities also, and we studied about listing of securities in stock exchange also under this act, SCRA Act. Okay, acha. Everyone, try to recall, and once you have to revise this on your own also, because tomorrow there is going to be a test on this chapter, and you all have to score out of written test out of. I will decide that for how many marks. It can be for 30 marks, 40 marks, 50 marks, whatever. It can be of any number of total marks. The point is ki you have to prepare 100%. 100% means all the topics that we have done in the class. All the topics that we have done in the class. That's why we are revising this chapter. After going home, you have to revise this lesson minimum 3 times. Minimum 3 times. Whole lesson, you have to revise minimum 3 times. Okay? Am I clear? Now, guys, come to non-applicability. This act is not applicable to number one, government security, RBI securities, or no, convertible bonds or share warrants or any option or right to purchase the shares. And central government may exempt any other securities also from the applicability of this act. Okay. Okay, guys, this is all the homework, but here quickly one point is discussed whether optionally fully convertible debentures. Optionally fully convertible debentures. Fully convertible means this debentures are convertible into equity shares. Now, optionally means it is up to the option of equity shareholder whether they want to convert or not. The point is, will they, for this, will the SCRA provisions will apply? The answer is no, because it will come under the convertible security, convertible bonds wala, convertible points. Okay. So debentures and bonds have the same features, right? They are debt instruments. So here for OFCD, the question is whether this act will apply or not. So for that, this Sahara wala case is given. You can have a read over it. This is your homework. So the point is this act will not apply. Now coming to the next topic, guys, key definitions, everybody along with me. Have we learned all the definitions? Definition can come in your examination for 1 or 2 marks. Now first, key definition of security. Securities includes shares, scrip, stock, bonds, debentures, debenture stock, marketable securities, etc. What else? Derivatives, units of mutual funds, units of CIS, units of any other pooled investment vehicle. Next is security receipt under SARFACI Act, instrument issued by special purpose entity, government securities or any other instrument. Next, what do you mean by contract? Contract means contract of purchase or sell of securities. Yeah. So guys, the main purpose of revising is you have to speak. Everybody have to speak. If you get stuck, it's fine. You have material. You have material in front of you. If you get stuck anywhere, take the help of material. I'm speaking here all the points. It's fine to get stuck, but try to recall as many topics as you can. Try to recall. Your brain should be focused on recalling all the provisions. Are we clear with this? And revising. If you get stuck, immediately take the help of material, but you have to speak. Okay, everybody. Next, what do you mean by spot delivery contract? Spot delivery contract means a contract which provides for delivery, actual delivery of securities or payment of price either on the same day or on the next day, and the actual period taken for the delivery and for the transfer of payment will be excluded in case both the parties reside in different localities or different cities. Another definition, it means transfer of securities by depository from one demat account of beneficial owner to another account of beneficial owner when the shares are held through depository. What do you mean by stock exchange? Remember two things. Number one, stock exchange means a body of individual, whether incorporated or not, which is constituted before corporatization and demutualization. Or it means a body corporate registered under Companies Act 2013, whether under the scheme of corporatization, demutualization or not, for the purpose of assisting, controlling, regulating the business of buying, selling, dealing in securities. Do you remember this definition? Everybody next. What do you mean by recognized stock exchange? It means a stock exchange which is recognized by central government. Government security. It means a security which is created or issued by central government or state government for the purpose of raising public loan. Next is your SAT. SAT means SAT as defined under SEBI Act. Member means member of stock exchange. Who are the member of stock exchange? Stock brokers. Bracket me, you can write example brokers. Example brokers. Next, very interesting. Very interesting, guys. Very interesting. Next, quickly, the topic next we are going to revise is recognition of stock exchange, which is given in section 3, section 4, and section 5. Section 3. If any stock exchange is desirous of being recognized as a stock exchange, then they have to make application to central government. The application should contain such details as may be prescribed, and it should be accompanied by copy of bylaws and copy of rules. Acha, wait. Copy of bylaws relating to regulation of contract of securities. Acha, rules relating to constitution of stock exchange and specifically 4 points. Rules relating to governing body, their constitution and powers. Next point. Powers and duties of office bearers. Next point. Admission of member, qualification of member, expulsion of member, suspension of members, readmission of members, etc. Fourth point. Process of registration of partnership with the members of the stock exchange. Now, step one is completed. We have made the application, we have given them bylaws, we have given them rules. Step two. Now, who will come into the picture? Central government. Now, if central government is satisfied after doing inquiry and after obtaining all the information that these three conditions are satisfied, then central government will grant the recognition of stock exchange. What are the three conditions that central government will check? Number one, rules and bylaws are in conformity with the conditions. Point number two, stock exchange is willing to comply with all the other condition that may be imposed by central government. And third condition, it would be in the interest of trade and public. If these three conditions are satisfied, then central government will grant the recognition of stock exchange. Okay. While granting recognition of a stock exchange, central government can impose these four conditions on the stock exchange. What are the four conditions? Qualification of member, manner in which contract shall be entered into with the members, and maintenance of accounts of member and their audit, and lastly, representation of central government in the stock exchange by maximum 3 people. Remember, I told you 3 government representative will come and become the part of governing body of stock exchange. These are the four conditions. 3 are relating to member and 1 is relating to representation of central government. Now, whenever we give recognition, we have to publish 2 places where official gazette of India and official gazette of the state in which the principal office of the stock exchange is situated. For example, BSE NSE is in Bombay, so we have to disclose it in the official gazette of Maharashtra. Okay. Acha, what if central government rejects the application? Then we have to give 2 things. Number one, reason for the rejection in writing, and opportunity of being heard. Acha, how you will present it? How you will present it? You can write it that CG, before rejecting the application, will will specify the reasons in writing and will give the reasonable opportunity of being heard to the stock exchange before rejecting the application. Meaning is same. You can draft the sentence on your own, but make sure you are drafting in a decent way, like the meaning is coming out clear. Are we clear with this? With this, we are done with this process of recognition. Now, the one who grants the recognition can also withdraw the recognition. In which case, section 5 talks about withdrawal of recognition. Now, what is the process, guys? In which case CG can withdraw the recognition? For public interest. For what? Public interest and interest of trade. Public interest and trade interest. Public interest and trade interest. If CG feels that for public interest and for the interest of trade, the recognition should be withdrawn, then CG may withdraw the recognition. But we have to give two things before withdrawing the recognition: reason in writing and OBH. Okay. So central government before withdrawing the recognition will give the reasons in writing, written notice giving the reason why central government is considering to withdraw the recognition, and central government will give reasonable opportunity of being heard to the stock exchange. And after that, central government may withdraw the recognition. Okay. Now, once the recognition is withdrawn, don't you think we have to publish it? We have to publish it in the official gazette of India and official gazette of the state where the registered office is situated. One question: what if the stock exchange recognition is withdrawn? The contracts that are entered by stock exchange before such recognition is withdrawn will be valid or void? Will be valid. It will not be affected. Kya? No. And one more point was there: central government in consultation with stock exchange may specify the provision for performance of outstanding contracts. Remember, outstanding contract, if any contract is outstanding that can be performed, central government can specify the manner in which it will be performed. Yes, three reasons are given for automatic withdrawal, guys. This is your point number 3 regarding automatic withdrawal of recognition. How many cases we did in this? 3 cases we did. In 3 cases, the recognition of stock exchange will be automatically withdrawn. You tell me what are those 3 cases. If it is not corporatized or demutualized, if it has not submitted scheme for corporatization, demutualization, or scheme of corporatization, demutualization is rejected by the central government or SEBI. In these cases, the recognition of stock exchange will be automatically withdrawn. With this, we are done with revising the topic. Are you confident about this topic? पक्का ठीक है. Even if you get stuck at any particular point of time, a little bit efforts you also have to put. If we can revise 3 to 4 times in the class, 3 times you can go home and revise once again, because you will gain confidence only with the self study. Can you do that? Pakka, pinky promise. Okay, so we are revising it for one extra time in the class. I want you all to compulsorily revise this 2-3 times after going home. Okay, now the next topic is powers. Powers of central government. Everybody, very quickly, we have to do. Next topic that we are revising is powers of central government, powers of SEBI, powers of stock exchange. Everybody, the first power of central government is power to ask for information or call for returns. So regarding that specific points, what is the power of central government? Stock exchange have to compulsorily furnish periodical returns to central government. Secondly, they have to maintain books of accounts and other documents for 5 years as the CG may prescribe. Third, central government may seek information and explanation, and central government may ask any information explanation from the stock exchange. And if central government feels, then central government may appoint one or more officers to inquire into the affairs of the stock exchange. Now, one more point. If central government appoints an inquiry officer to inquire into the affairs of stock exchange, then it is the duty of following people to give all the documents and all the information required by the inquiry officer. Who all people are required to give this documents and information to inquiry officer? Every director of the company, manager, secretary, officers, members of stock exchange, or any other person dealing with the stock exchange. Every person who's associated with stock exchange, members, directors, manager, secretary, are responsible to furnish books of accounts and information to the inquiry officer. That is the first power of central government. Second power of central government is to make rule or to direct stock exchange to make or amend their rule. Remember, see, original responsibility to make rules is of stock exchange, but CG can also amend the rule, make the rule, or ask them to amend the rule. So here, central government has power that central government may make or amend any rule of the stock exchange, or they may direct the stock exchange to make or amend the rules. And if central government orders stock exchange to make or amend the rule, then they have to make or amend the rule within 2 months. They have to make or amend within 2 months. Acha, don't you think whenever, acha, if stock exchange fails to make or amend the rule within 2 months, then CG will itself make or amend the rule. Now, whenever rule is made, we will publish it in the official gazette and the official gazette of the state. Easy peasy. Next, power to supersede the governing body. In which case? In case of nine. In case of no reason is given kya? Acha, general point is given. If CG feels that governing body should be superseded, then CG will pass order to supersede governing body. But don't you think we have to give two things? Number one, reason to be in writing, and secondly, opportunity of being heard before superseding the governing body. And then central government will appoint new officers to take over the governing body of stock exchange. Central government will appoint one of them as the chairman and one of them as the vice chairman, and then we will publish in the official gazette. From the date of publishing in official gazette, old governing body will cease to hold the office. New people will be appointed to perform the function of governing body, and all the property of stock exchange will be transferred in the name of new people appointed, so that they can discharge their function. After that, CG will ask the stock exchange to again reconstitute their governing body. Okay, and then until this stock exchange will reconstitute their governing body, the person appointed by central government will continue to hold the office. That's it. Next is power to suspend the business of stock exchange. Acha, this question can also come in exam. Who have power to suspend the business of stock exchange? Central government. Power delegated to SEBI. But first you have to write central government. Central government have power to suspend the business of stock exchange for maximum how many days we can suspend? 7 days. For what reason? For what reason? For emergency. You have to write this word emergency, emergency, emergency. For what reason CG can suspend the business of stock exchange? Emergency. If there is any emergency, CG may suspend the business of stock exchange for maximum 7 days. Acha, can we extend it more than 7 days? Yes, but only if it is in public interest and after giving opportunity of being heard. That's all. Next is power to prohibit contract in certain cases. If central government is of the opinion that speculation is going on in a particular area or state, central government may prohibit all the people in that area or state to stop dealing in securities for a particular period of time. That is the power of central government. Acha, even after, if central government will prohibit you from trading, even after that, if you trade in securities, that will be known as illegal. Next, power to grant immunity. Who has power to grant immunity? Central government. Acha, immunity means what? Immunity from prosecution and penalty. Okay, in which case we will grant immunity? If any person who has done non-compliance of any law, he makes full and fair disclosure to central government, then central government may grant him immunity from any prosecution, from any punishment. Are we able to recall? Yes, 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 we have studied this. Okay, next. If already prosecution has started, can we give immunity? No, no immunity can be granted if already prosecution has started. After that, yes, okay. Acha, if central government has given immunity, can central government can take away the immunity also kya? Yes, central government can take the immunity also. In which case? In two cases. In two cases. In which case central government can withdraw the immunity? If the person does not comply with the conditions of immunity, or the person has given fake evidence. In these two cases, central government may withdraw the immunity, and that person will be prosecuted and penalized in the same way as if he has not been granted any immunity. Are we clear with this? Okay. Next is power to make rules. CG has power to make rules on certain matters. These are the powers of central government. 8 powers of central government we have studied. After that, we have studied powers of stock exchange. What is the power of stock exchange? To make rules, to make bylaws. Acha, bylaws we will make relating to business, purchase and sale of securities, opening and closing of market hours, clearing house for settlement of contracts, prohibiting blank transfers. Yes, fixing altering days of settlement, in how many days we will do the settlement, determination of market rate, highest rate, lowest rate, levying of fees, fine, penalty, fixing brokerage, etc., etc., etc. Any 7 8 points you can see from this. Next, power to make rules. Stock exchange can make rules kya? Yes, but subject to approval of central government. Acha, we can make rules regarding this 4 matters and other matters also. Just illustrative list is given. On which 4 matters stock exchange can make rules? Restriction on voting right of member, regulation of voting right so that each member will get one vote instead of one share one vote. Next, restriction of right of member to appoint proxy, and lastly any other supplementary matters. With this we are done with powers of stock exchange. Next is power of SEBI. Acha, this case law is your homework. One case of Vinay Bhuvna versus Yogesh Mehta is given. You have to read it and come. You have to read it and come. This case law is your homework. Next is powers of SEBI. 4 powers of SEBI is given. First power of SEBI is power to make bylaws. Do you do you remember power to make bylaws is given in all three? Power to make bylaws is of stock exchange also, SEBI also, central government also. Because every all three have power. See, original power is with stock exchange. But then SEBI can also make or amend the power of stock exchange, and SEBI can also make or amend the sorry, bylaws of stock exchange. Bylaws of stock exchange also have power to make, CG also have power to make, SEBI also have power to make. What? Bylaws of stock exchange. Are we clear with this? Okay. Powers of SEBI is to make or amend bylaws. This we just studied before the break. We are again revising everybody. If SEBI, either on the application made by stock exchange or on its own, may make or amend any of the bylaw of the stock exchange. Whenever we make or amend bylaw, we have to publish in the official gazette of India and the official gazette of the state in which the stock exchange is situated. Acha, if stock exchange is not satisfied with the bylaws, can we ask for revision? If stock exchange is not satisfied with the bylaw, stock exchange may apply to SEBI and ask for revision of the bylaws within 2 months, and then SEBI may revise the bylaw. That's it. Next is power to issue order. To whom SEBI can issue order? SEBI can issue order to stock exchange, clearing corporation, agencies, etc., and to what, listed companies. Okay, acha. In which 3 cases SEBI can give order to these 2 people? SEBI can give order to these 3 people in 3 cases. First, if it is in the interest of public or investors, or for development of securities market, or if the stock exchange affairs is conducted in a manner which is detrimental to interest of investor, or to secure proper management of stock exchange. If this three cases there, then SEBI can give order to point number A. SEBI can give order to stock exchange, clearing corporation, agency or any other body, or SEBI can give order to any listed company, company which is listed or proposed to be listed. Proposed to be listed means which is on the process of getting listed. This is the power of SEBI. Next power of SEBI is to make regulation on 3 to 4 matters. Okay, not 3 to 4, actually lots of matters are there in your book. Only 3 to 4 points are given, but actually mein SEBI has power to make regulation on lots of matters. For example, SEBI may make regulation that at least 51 or 50, 51, that at least 51% of the shares will be held by public other than brokers. Brokers means public other than shareholders who have trading rights. Next, what will be the eligibility criteria of listing? Yes, how we will do settlement of proceedings and other matters. In lots of matters, SEBI can make regulation. Acha, if SEBI makes regulation, do we have to get it approved by both the houses of parliament also? If SEBI makes regulation, we have to place it before both the house of parliament, Lok Sabha, Raj Sabha, when it is in session, and we have to get it approved by Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Next is SEBI's power to adjudicate, which we will study along with SEBI's act. Adjudicate means to impose penalty. So SEBI may appoint adjudicating officer for imposition of penalty. This we will do along with SEBI Act. Are we clear with powers of SEBI? Okay, so this was like very easy topic. I hope you all have understood. If any of you still have any confusion in powers of SEBI, powers of stock exchange, I can explain it to you again. You can come to me after the class, or you can drop me a text and telegram. I can repeat this any topic for you if you have confusion in any particular topic. Okay. All right. Next topic is public issue and listing. Very, very, very important. Public issue and listing. Important topic. Public issue and listing. Everybody, everybody. Okay, let's start. Section 17A says that, acha, what do we call company in this case? Issuer. If any issuer wants to get listed in stock exchange, then what we have to do? We have to make application to stock exchange, not CG, not SEBI. So you will make application to the one where you want to get listed now. Here company is making application to stock exchange. Are we clear with this? You are making application to stock exchange for getting listed. It's already, sorry. Guys, acha, don't get confused section 17 with section 345. Section 345 was recognition of stock exchange. Stock, let's say section 345 talks about BSE to get recognized. Now BSE is recognized. Section 17A talks about listing of Yashas Academy equity shares in BSE. Are you understanding? Don't confuse between recognition of stock exchange and listing of securities. Here we are saying that company shares are getting listed in the stock exchange. There in section 345, we studied how stock exchange can get recognition from central government. Can we bifurcate these two topics? Yes, okay. Public issue and listing. Issuer have to make application to stock exchange for getting listed in the stock exchange only if we fulfill the eligibility criteria. Can we make application to one or more stock exchange? Yes, the question is, when do we have to make application to stock exchange? Before issuing offer document to public, before making public offer. Acha, now two things can happen. Stock exchange can either grant permission for listing or reject permission for listing. If stock exchange reject the application for listing, then we have to refund all the subscription money, application money within 8 days, 8 days, 8 days, 8 days. If, acha, who has to refund? Issuer. If issuer fails to refund within 8 days, then interest we have to pay. Who is liable to pay interest? Issuer, director, trustee. All three jointly and severally, they are liable to pay interest at the rate 15% per annum from the expiry of 8th day. Easy peasy. In calculating 8 days, if there is any public holiday in between, that public holiday will not be considered. Next is you have to comply with LODR regulation. Guys, appeal, 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 appeal. What if stock exchange refuses your application for getting listed? Can you cry in front of SAT? Okay. So if stock exchange refuses your application for getting listed, then company can file an appeal to SAT within how many days? 15 days now. Acha, but wait, two case can happen. Remember Pradyumna example and Nora Fateh example I took? Ah, this ma'am, this we remember. Nora Vadai rejected him. Acha, remember two situation. Either she will reject him or she will not even reply. So either stock exchange rejects the application for listing, or stock exchange did not dispose of the application, fail to dispose of the application. In both cases, we can appeal to SAT. In first case, we can appeal within 15 days of rejection when the reason is communicated to us, reason when the reason for rejection is communicated, or if Nora Fateh did not reply within specified period, then we can appeal. Please, anybody give the right answer and save me. Yes, Amulya saved me. Guys, in both the cases, 15 days is there now only. Where's my pencil? Okay. Guys. First case, Nora Fateh rejects the proposal of Pradyumna. Second case, Nora Fateh did not reply within time. Did not reply within specified time. Let's say 1 week is specified. In this case, you can appeal within 15 days of rejection. 15 days you will count from where? Rejection, when the reason for rejection is communicated. In this case, you can file an appeal within 15 days from where? From the expiry of the specified time. You will wait for the specified time for Nora Fateh to reply. If she did not reply within specified time, after that within 15 days you can apply. Appeal ka time limit is 15 days only. The point is from where you will start counting those 15 days. Here to you got rejection, so rejection se directly you can count 15 days, but here to there is no rejection. So question is from where you will start counting 15 days. You will start counting 15 days from the expiry of the specified period within which stock exchange has to reply. So once again, if stock exchange rejects and communicates the reason for rejection, then company issuer may file an appeal within 15 days of rejection, within 15 days when the reason for rejection is communicated. In the second scenario, issuer can file an appeal to SAT within 15 days only. But 15 days from where we will start counting? 15 days after the expiry of that specified period when stock exchange failed to dispose of your application. Pakka. Are we clear with this point? 15 days you only. In both the cases, the only thing is from where you will calculate 15 days. Here, 15 days from rejection, when you get to know the reason for rejection. Here, 15 days after the specified period where stock exchange failed to dispose of the application. Artha aita. Acha, can we get extension? Maximum only for sufficient cause. We can get extension of maximum 1 month. Who can give extension? SAT. If SAT feels so, if SAT feels there is a sufficient cause, then SAT may give extension of maximum 1 month. Now we have done our part. We have made an appeal to SAT. Now, first thing, what SAT will do? Opportunity of being heard to stock exchange and to both the parties. And then SAT may pass two orders, either this or this. First option may vary or set aside the order of stock exchange if stock exchange have given the rejection, or may grant or deny the permission of listing if stock exchange failed to dispose of the application. Okay, now order is given. Next step, send a copy of order to SEBI and to both the parties. Now, last point, ASAP wala point, that should deal with the case as expeditiously as possible, and full endeavor should be made to dispose of the case within 6 months. Are we clear with the process of appeal? Can you recall? It's okay if you stuck at 1 or 2 point, but overall, can you recall, right? You can recall. I bet you once you go home and revise this once more, it will be perfect. It will be perfect. You would be able to gain expertise in these topics, and whatever point, even if you are getting stuck anywhere, you will not get stuck at that particular point of time. Okay, guys, one more appeal provision we studied in SEBI Act, which is also applicable for SCRA, also general appeal. What is the process of that general appeal? 45 days. Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Yes. अच्छा 45 days क्या पक्का extension? No time limit for extension is given. ठीक है. Okay. Quickly tell me in which case we can file an appeal to SAT if any order is received from SEBI, Stock Exchange, AO, or IRDAI, Insurance Authority, Pension Authority. Then company may file appeal to SAT within how many days? 45 days. SAT can give extension kya? But only for sufficient cause. Then now we have filed appeal to SAT. What first thing SAT will do? Opportunity of being heard to both the parties, and then SAT may pass order, three orders, confirming or modifying or setting aside the order against which appeal is filed. Now order is given, what we will do? File a copy of order, send a copy of order to both the parties, SEBI and all, and then same, it should be dealt with as expeditiously as possible, and endeavor should be made to dispose of the application within 6 months. Can we do this? If this comes in exam, can we write proper process of appeal to SAT, point number 1, point number 2, point number 3, point number 4, point number 5? Can we write it properly point wise? Okay. Yes. This we have not yet studied, but I'm telling you one extra point. Uh, Against SAT, if you're not satisfied with the judgment of SAT, can you file appeal to Supreme Court? Within how many days? 60 days. Can you get extension? Yes. Another 60 days only for sufficient cause. Acha, if you're not satisfied with judgment of Supreme Court, can you file further appeal? We don't care about you now. Shut up now. How many topics we have revised? Guys, anybody of you have six pack? Yeah. Hey, David. Acha, guys, how many topics we have revised till now? Penalties we have revised. Array, wait, rules are left, na? Rules are left, na? Okay. Very quickly, only rules are left. Okay, okay, okay. Acha, till now, are we comfortable with this lesson? Are we able to understand and learn both? Very quickly, SCR rules. First rule is rule 19.1, which says that when issuer is making application to stock exchange for getting listing, following documents have to be attached along with application. Can you recall at least 3-4 documents? MOA, copy of prospectus, which is issued at any time. Copy of, ठीक है, extra points you can do which are there in the book. Let's just revise these points. Copy of offer for sale, circular, advertisement which is issued in the last 5 years, copy of balance sheet and audited accounts of the last 5 years, history of the company, details of share forfeited, details of shares and debentures for which application is made for listing, list of top 10 shareholders by value. Okay, after going home, try to learn this 10 points, revise this 10 points. This application we have to file to central government along with these documents. Now, 5 more points we have studied. Stock exchange, before giving approval, will check whether article of the company contains the 5 points. What are the 5 points? That company will use same manner of forfeiture. Number 2, fully paid up share will be free from lien. Company will not do lien. Calls in advance will not give dividend right to the shareholder. Company will not forfeit unclaimed dividend, and company will not give any right to purchase share without approval in the general meeting. Acha, if these 5 things are not there in the article, can stock exchange give provisional registration? Only if company will undertake means promise to amend the article and include this 5 things. Next, we studied rule 19A1 and 19(2)(b, which talks about minimum public shareholding, which is important. Minimum public shareholding. Acha, what is the minimum public shareholding? 25%. Every listed company should have the minimum public shareholding of 25%. But for those companies which are listed in IFSC, 10%. Acha, theek hai. Ma'am, we maintain 25%. What if at any point of time for a normal company shareholding falls below 25%? Then we have to increase it back to 25% within 12 months. अच्छा ठीक है, this is तो for normal company ना. For those companies which are under resolution plan in IBC, for those companies which are under resolution plan in IBC 2016, if their public holding falls below 25%, then we have to increase it to 25% within 3 years. अच्छा, if it falls below 10%, we have to increase it to 10% within 12 months and increase it to 25% in next 3 year. Total 4 years. Acha, and we have to make sure that it does not fall below 5%. Artha aita? Acha, now numbers. Don't get scared. Don't get scared. Easy only. We can do this. We can do this, guys. We can do this. Okay. If a company is making public offer, the question is, if we are making public offer, how much minimum shares we have to offer to public? That is the question. It depends on your post issue paid up. So if your post issue paid up is this, then you have to offer minimum this to public. If your post issue capital is less than equal to 1600 crores, kya 4 ka multiple, then how much you have to offer to public? 25%. If your post issue capital is more than 1600 but less than equal to 4000 crore, how much you have to offer to public? 400 crores. If your post issue capital is more than 4000 crore, less than equal to 1 lakh crores, how much you have to offer to public? 10%. And if your post issue capital is more than 1 lakh crore, how much you have to offer to public? 5%. Acha, in the case number 2 and case number 3, we have to increase it to 25% within 3 years. In the last case, first it's 5%, we have to increase it to 10% within 2 years, and then we have to increase it to 25% within total 5 years from the date of listing. Artha, minimum public holding, everybody. Last is suspension and withdrawal of stock exchange. Can stock exchange suspend or withdraw any security from trading in stock exchange? Yes. For what reason? For breach or non-compliance of condition. Acha, don't you think before such withdrawal we have to give 2 things? Reason in writing and opportunity of being heard before doing suspension or withdrawal. Acha, can they cry kya? If stock exchange will suspend or withdraw the permission of securities to be traded in stock exchange, can they cry? Can they appeal to SAT? Time limit is not given here. And then SAT will do what? Will give opportunity of being heard and may vary or set aside the order of stock exchange. Acha, if SAT will give any order, stock exchange have to comply with the order of SAT? Yes. And thereafter, stock exchange will have to readmit or restore the securities in the dealings in stock exchange, either on its own or as per the order of SAT. नहीं नहीं नहीं, 3 months is for appeal. Suspension na. हाँ guys, in this case, either if stock exchange withdraws your security from dealing, or your stock exchange suspend your security for more than 3 months, then you have to file an appeal. ठीक है? Then you have to file an appeal to SAT. Filing appeal to SAT ka time limit is not given here. You have to file an appeal to SAT, and then SAT will pass the order. And with this, we are done with whole of SCR Act revision in 50 minutes. Can you prepare it for tomorrow's test? Pakka? Both case law, direct question, both will come. Mostly case laws. Acha, guys, can you do it? Abhi, we have 40 minutes now. That 40 minutes we are going to discuss the questions. We have 40 minutes. We are going to discuss the questions. That's why first we did the revision, so that you all at least can recall the points. And anyway, we have the material. We can take the help of the material. And now we are good to solve the questions. Guys, you have to make pinky promise that you will prepare and come. You have to make pinky promise, like not 50%, not 60% students, not 70% student, not 80 or 90% student. I want each one of you to prepare and come. Each one of you individually. Imagine as if I'm personally talking to you. I want each one of you to prepare and come for the test. Those who are attending today for the first time, you keep on watching the backup. Of course, you have not attended SCRA, you can give test next chapter onwards, lesson 2 onwards. But those who have watched the lectures and who have attended the lectures, they have to give the test. You can also prepare and give the test. Are we clear with this? Yes. Everybody, will we prepare for the test? Are we going to prepare for the test? Yes or no? Yes. Loudly, are we going to prepare for the test? Yes. Yes. The people who will lie will not get married. Now, at your own risk. Pradyumna is like, ma'am, I already have girlfriend, so I don't need to worry. Nora Fateh. Okay. Open your material. Come to split your material in two parts. You can see the content is there in the first half. Guys, if you will see your material, the content is only first 200 pages. The part A is only your first 200 pages. Rest all 300 pages are your past year question paper. After page number 228, come to question paper. Guys, we have limited time, so we have to discuss as many questions as we can, and rest of the questions you see on your own. Anyway, you have the question also and you have the answers also. Are we clear with this? Now we will just learn what kind of questions will come in exam and how we have to write in the examination.